All right. So this is obviously live. It'll be recorded. It'll get to people sometime. So combined, yesterday I went Copley, Orville, Wadsworth, Worcester. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops. This stuff right here. Where was it? But anyhow, 14, 14, 25, 25, 60, 39, 40, 50, 55, 56, 66, and we'll say 8. So $65. And I took out the $8 because I got one of the KitchenAid Classic Plus mixers, big mixers, for $8. Brand new. Well, it's not in a box, brand new, but it's darn near. The only fingerprints I think are on it from the people from the Goodwill and mine. So we have this stuff here I got today. This is interesting. Might be a couple $100 maybe. This is an interesting Nickelodeon cassette. That's $80 to $100. So 8, 21, 35, 37, $39. So 40 and 70. Guess 120 is about right. Get to scanning some of the stuff and try to make it a relatively quick video. What that was all about. So this is American Graffiti, put on cassette. It was interesting enough for me. When they come up, scan a few of them. I mean, it really varies on. So this one's different. Twin pack. We go the one that actually scans up. It's $15. I don't think any came up on the 4 did. All right, so 11, and then 16, 20, 21. Well, it's twin pack. The single is 15. Well, this the individual one. Omni Roddenberry is how I look this one up. So, or Bradbury. Ray Bradbury. So, Omni Bradbury. 24 listings. These are going to be in books. I didn't do collectibles, but let's see. Magazines. All right, so not that. Books. Magazines, antique books, 22. Cassette. Did I go into therapy for that? I must have. So this is like an audio book version, a cassette version of Omni premiere issue stories from the Martian Chronicles, Ray Bradbury. I probably did go to therapy. I'll just type in cassette. $20. I mean, it's enough for me to pay 50 cents or $1 for it. 25, 22, 15, 15, 20, 15. Well, it's unique enough for me to pay, whatever the dollar was, and they do sell. this interesting one. We have two people. I'll wait for, if anybody's going to show up for that matter, a bunch of people. That's the fun one. I'll wait for a little later. These are 4 tracks, so kind of like an 8-track. Right, but these are 4 tracks. And there's 2 of them. First one I found was this. Was it Wayne Newton? Wayne Newton, early Wayne Newton. That specific one's like $15. And then the other one is this Anita Kerr. Typing her up, it took quite a bit to find, and eventually had to go into Terapeak. 4 tracks or 8 tracks of this Anita Kerr is almost non-existent. Vinyl and reel-to-reel, yes, there's a lot. But if you just type this in, Anita Kerr, that's all you're going to get is like this. There's only a handful of different formats that her stuff was on, and I didn't find any of these. So, is it a $50 4-track just because it's her? If it plays right, it plays right. If not, then it's just it would be sold more for the display piece. And then I got this other one. So $50, $80, $100, I don't know. I mean, I have to really dig around a little more for that. Zeppelin Jimmy Page Guitar Method. It's like $15. I think. I remember this one's kind of interesting. This Von Simos. Grabbed it. There you go. All right, just on scan. We type it in. One did sell for $75 brand new though. So let's see. Of Von Simos. One. They come up in books. DVD. One Uno. Is that the same picture? Oh. Oh, 4. All right. I don't know why that wouldn't come up on anything else. They came up on scan, but not on this. But 2 have sold, and it's different than what this is. This one, this 2. Okay, well, scan, it came up differently. But either way. $20, $50, $100, whichever. Crossfade. It's nice, cool Crossfade. Dual disc. Anytime I get Crossfade, it sells pretty fast. And this is the dual disc. This one I did have to Terapeak up. It's like $50. I don't think there's any listed. Dual disc. One word. No errors. None listed, right? I mean, just the regular CD is $30. Copy. I know this is backwards and smaller view for whomever may be watching. Oh. Bo Ballum. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of slowed down on the daily and all the other types of videos and so on and so forth, and that helped in the decline of viewership and all that. I mean, I really don't take YouTube as a it's more like a vlog. If you want to listen to me talk, cool, but I'll ask questions, I'll do what I can, but I'm not going at it like a encyclopedia or compendium or repository, or going to cover like very, very specific topics all the time. It's just, I've got knowledge, let me talk. If you want to listen, cool. You or whomever, right? All right, but dual disc is $50 plus $17 shipping, so $67, $45, $40, $55. So there's none listed. They do sell. There's a bunch that have come and gone, and there's none listed. And the highest can get to $60, $70 with shipping. I bet you I can get $60 for it. $1.19. Ika Mouse. Here's an older reggae. Try to find an Ika Mouse CD. Let's see. Ika Mouse CD. Well, I guess they're out there. Let's type in the keyword mouse or man. One result, brand new CD. $75. That's hand typed. None sold, but there's only one listed of that CD from 1990. So some of these $50, $60, $70 CDs, like this one right here, is probably $70 right below this one. Let's do price highest. $32. Not many of them sell. $30. This is called Demon Hunter, Storm the Gates of Hell, Deluxe Edition. So there's another CD from these guys as well in here, and I put this in this box thinking that it went with this box because design's the same. I didn't know until I came home that they're actually different CDs, but it'll get sold like this. Someone get a bonus. It was $1.20. Well, actually, it was $1.20 for this. $1.19. Nothing comes up right there. So Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter Deluxe. The mouse is worth some money. Oh wow, you came in pretty quick with that one, man. Unless you saw it right down here. You just knew it ahead of time. Storm the Gates. Yeah, I had just the CD initially, and then I eventually find this on the DVD rack like this, like a DVD. And I look at it, I was like, that looks more like a CD deluxe box or something. I mean, it's not this. A DVD would barely fit in this, barely. So anyhow, I knew it was something a little different. I mean, just a tad. But anyhow, let's get back to this. None listed. If that's how I have it up, Demon Hunter Deluxe. I mean, or I could just type DVD. Really narrow it down. But that has a necklace. It has a little picture cards, a little booklet. Special edition CD, DVD, 35, 40. I don't know what all's inside of these, what all theirs comes with. But $50, $80. Pylon Hits. Oh, here's an Under Oath. There's a couple harder rock. Well, Sundays were, I don't even know. That's probably metal. A couple E6. I think there's another one in here. But Pylon Hits. Had a hand type this one. No barcode. Definitely has an older look, like would be from an 80s type design, feel, look, style. And it looks like I can't read that. Well, it's from 1979 and 1983. Pylon Hits. It's that older look, that older feel. And as I'm sitting there sifting CDs through my hand, and I see something like that looks older. Those older ones, there's not as many of them out there. But there's so much physical media all over the place. It's still about a $20 CD, 12 listed. I'll take it, and the lowest is $21. I'll take a pretty good gainer that they probably sell for $20. Under Oath. But I'm hoping that, I'll ask more money for that Demon Hunter one because it is everything complete, and I don't know if the other listings, is as complete as that. That's still almost $20. It's Under Oath. GQ. Since it's been yesterday since I scanned these, I don't remember really what the prices come up as. It's about $20. The GQs. This and Hagwood Hardy. Anne of Green Gables stuff. Some stuff does pretty well, some doesn't. But this is $38 on scan. Anne of Green Gables CD by. But there's another one listed for $15. It goes down in here, and then it goes right back up to $25. $25, $30 CD. The Sundays, these do sell. I think it's pretty lower end. $15 maybe get for that. I sold them before. Imogen Heap. There's two others of hers that were lower, were like $7, $8. This one's a good one at 23. 23 to 25, give or take. So if the other ones would have been like $15, I would have picked those ones up and just added them all in a little lot. But if they're that common, if somebody wants something that common, just stuff I don't really do that. So here's 6. But if they were even like $12, I'd get them and add them in like 2. I've got a couple in here that I do that every once in a while, but not often. I want the better of them. So there's 4 of this thing that is sold for $12, $15. Freelance Whales. Weather Vanes, VANES. So that's about $15. Most of the stuff I was going to be paying $1, give or take some change for. So yesterday was like 9 hours. I was gone and back. Maybe 10. But it was about it was an hour and 15 minutes from my last spot to back here. Straight highway back home. All right. Hotel Diablo looks like. I want to say that's it. Hotel Diablo. Don't bet. Well, what is this? 2019. People still putting out a lot of CDs in 2019. It's about $15. Well, then it goes to 18. There's 8 that are listed, 6 that are sold. So 15 can be. No. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like $15. Classics 4, Roman numeral 4. Apparently, it's a band from Winnebago, but it's like a $15 CD. This Classics, whoever they are, whatever they are. Rise Against, The Kill to Reason. $25. Rise Against. Don't shut out just as like, oh yeah, I know that's a lot of stuff you can after a while. You just like, oh yeah, I know I've looked up that Wallflowers CD plenty of times to know. The lowest is 10. You know what they've sold for of the past. You go up here, brand new is so it's $15, $20. You might be able to force close to 20 for it, but you're not gonna get that 25 when other people are asking. However, there's 13. That's just under scan. 13 that have sold and 3 that are listed. One's $20 pre-owned. Pre-owned goes to 22. It's a pretty beefed case. Not beefed, it's just like a white plastic. That needs spun. Yeah, it's probably a $20. I can sell it like that for $20. Or spin it and try to get 25 in 3 months from now. X Factor. So I've had, I might still have one. If not, then it's done sold. Let me just go into orders. I think I sold it. It was another X Factor CD. Factor. None. Active. Factor. None. Well, I have had it, but What I do have is this one right here. That I know for certain. X Factor. CD. Some of these have come up very, very interesting. Well, there's going to be a lot that's going to come up. Try Diva. Right there. One comes up used for $100. That exact one. If I delete Diva, 2001, same one comes up, $100. And there's a bunch of different X Factors. I sold one who was most of the songs were like a studio version, a live or a studio version, or some sort of different than typical version. Paste. X Factor 2001, $35. Oh, look. I bet you that's my listing. $30. And that was not quite the highest, but close enough. March 2001 was 40, and then $30, and then $30. So I just got another one of what I've had. See, I knew I had it. But I don't think that this was... There was another one that was a studio version that I know is already sold. Yeah, that's done. This is the Resurrection Band. Light Years. Oh, so this is one. It's a BMG, right? So why would I take a lot of BMGs I pass up, but I'm not familiar. It's an older looking people, older looking everything. That's that deal. Without even looking at it, it's 1995, but that's when this was made. It's not when Resurrection Band made those songs. Missed the most important part of it. Light years. So I can't type that. And a couple come up and they're $12, $15, $20. Brand new. CDs. 8 results. And CD, $15. A couple of CDs for 35 or 45. So $20. Nathaniel Ross, and this one was in there from one on scan. So you're just going through CDs and you see that, you're like, oh, that's a $35, $40 CD. They do sell. It's called Nathan Ross and Orientale. Orientale. They do sell. I don't remember for how much, but enough for me to get it. Skillet, Alien Youth. I found Skillet and I sold Skillet. $15. One of these, I think this Lemon Pipers. So this is where I got 2 of them just to kind of justify it. Lemon Pipers, one is like $12, the other is like $20. And so I'll put the 2 together. Wingspan. This is only like $10, but I've got like 4 other Paul McCartney CDs that just really haven't sold. So I've had them for a little while. The calling has been coming up, and I'll put this with the new listing of Paul McCartney before I do the sale. That way, those can. I mean, my logic, my reason. All right, 2 E6 from whatever this type of new barcode is. Again, I'll buy the 2 individually. They're not much. It's kind of like I could have done with that Emojin, but each of these $8, $10. These ones I think were 25 cents at the store where I got them at. Ricky Martin, signed. Michael W. Smith, seal, that's like $12. I'm going to burn through these ones real quick. This is ICP. All right. but there's no disc in it. These sell for like $20. The CD with the discs. I mean, this is still like a $10, $12 replacement artwork. Susan Ashton, I think that's like $20, $25. 1,000-foot crutch. So this and this, right? So it's a little better CDs. Each of the, I think this one's like 15. That's like 25. Once again, these are ones I'll just put together, or maybe I'll really look into it. But I have the option to put them together. Generic rock and roll from Paul Revere and the Raiders. Cherokee woman, Cherokee tribe, everything is signed. So signed by the band, Paul Revere and the Raiders. If any of them are even still alive. Yeah, they had a lot of hits. Oh, that there it is, Indian Reservation. This exact one is listed with signed, but the ones I did take a quick look at, there's only like 1 or 2 signatures. So this is, I don't know how many, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signatures. If that's all 7 from the band, awesome. But this is 7X signed CD, Paul Revere and the Raiders. Well, artwork. Maybe $100. Then we have this cool songs from the back seat. Nickelodeon. So I got another one. Oh, Sensei. Yeah. So when I took this up to the shelf, and this is one of those, I guess it kind of can express that if you think all the good stuff is out there and gone, it's not. I mean, so far right here. All right, so this cassette, I mean, I might be able to get like $100 for it, right? But we have this sticker from another thrift store. When I went up to the register, she looked at it. She goes, "That's not our sticker." I was like, then I looked at it a little better, and this is from June 9th, 2011. So 15 years ago. This has been meandering throughout the entire system, however, wherever, or whatever. Exchanged hands how many times? And eventually I found it in Orville, where Smucker's is at. Right across the street from Smucker's. Literally right across the street from Smucker's. And, yeah, this is a pretty interesting cassette. Like, oh man, all good stuff's gone. I never knew about this, and not that I've sold media long enough to really know, but I have. I see Nickelodeon on cassette, or just a different Nickelodeon something, and that's old Nickelodeon with the car, not like that splash like this, the paint splash. Songs. Let's go from. I think one's listed for $95. You can go to Solds. One is sold for $70 recently. What's going to happen with that other one that's listed for $90 sells, unless somebody else comes up with another one, which you'll see on why you're probably not going to find one of these in the wild. I did. It can happen again. 4 have sold in 3 years. Minimum $40, $69, $85, $100. 4 have sold in 3 years. And I find this in a thrift store that's in a place that ends in Ville. There's anything can be anywhere. And I'm not even on my stories yet. Or when a girl breaks with her boyfriend. Yeah. There's plenty of times, like you could tell when somebody donated, their great grandparents' big band, and there's 90 big band, and Shirley Bassey and Duke Ellington and Frank Sinatra. You know that. When you see a whole bunch of Elvis, take the time and look. Definitely take the time and scan for all kinds of Elvis. A lot of it's gonna be bunk, But for a cassette that's only sold 4 other times or 4 other times, these are the oddball things that I didn't know it was there. And now I think that's really even the best. Yeah, because this game thing right here. I mean, any of you guys can look this up now if you want. It's called Bleem, Bleen, and it's sealed. And it's for Windows 95, 98. Play hundreds of PlayStation games, PlayStation registered trademark, games on your PC. Get next-gen gameplay today. Higher resolution, more detail. Look this up new. That's an interesting one. You can look it up, list it right now, and you'll be like, oh, wow, that was a good find. They don't sell for that, but anyhow, $100 cassette. And we look at the artwork. It's really, really clean. There's no real harsh. As a matter of fact, it was pushed in like this. Or you can see that. Oh, there's actually that old Nickelodeon splash thingy. This right here is a little bit of wear on that side, but fairly. I mean, it's still a $100 cassette. I think I got another cassette. Yeah. Today, Keith Whitley. It's like $20. Let's move this stuff. I brought this box over to actually do that. So there's been so far some good stuff, and I didn't even get to the books yet. Did I get to these ones? I did. Yeah, these 4 tracks. All right. So this is the Frighteners. I mean, anyone who sells media or has listened to me enough times, I've talked about franchise stuff. Keep your eye out for franchise. Yeah, you can see a random Forrest Gump and 2001 Space Odyssey. You can see a bunch of it, but even if it's still a franchise, look at some printings of 2001 Space Odyssey or more. 1984 by Orwell is still one that, for the most part, you'll get $12 for most copies. But the anniversary edition, it's different. There's all different types of them. I mean, they may be $12, $15, but still. But this one, there's not a whole lot of ones with this cover. There have been some lower priced listed and sold. But I'm in Terapeak right now. IGHTENERS JAHN. $42 is that's still there. Number 5. Well, this is Boulevard, not Berkeley. Boulevard Books. It's not Berkeley. Still, I mean, it can get to $30. 25 plus 15, that's $40. 25 plus 11, or 22 plus 11, 22 plus 14, 20 plus 4. So $25 to $40 paperback franchise stuff. $1.49. More inclusion. I think it's like $15, $20. It was just enough to where it's like, yeah, for what's there and what has availability to sell for the price I'm going to pay. This title does sell. This specific one does sell for about $15. So bread and butter. Nightstick. I didn't mean to get this one, but it's still martial arts with the baton. And then the other one, which I practiced a lot in, was the tonfa. So it's just like a baton, but it has a handle. It looks like a real long L with a little tail on it. This is the baton. But then a tonfa is the same way. But this is like a $10, $12 book. I didn't really mean to get it, but I do have other martial arts stuff and other self-defense stuff. stage theater photography. So the Salvation Army that I usually go to. Yeah, 1984. It's one of those ones. It's just. Well, I mean, I guess you can say it's franchise because there's movies on it and about it, renditions. Um, it's like that Underworld, the one that I have listed. That specific cover is still like 25, $30. It's a different, rarer print cover. And that's what I don't know the exact thing, but franchise stuff is that's double positives when it comes down to physical media. It's multiple things that people are multiple facets, multiple connecting things, more prongs to the interest. It's franchise, it's a story, it's a small paperback, it's sci-fi, whichever it may be, as opposed to just another random book. But speaking of random books, but that's why I like looking at that stuff, and that's the stuff I've learned a lot. Because I'll take the time and I'll look at franchise stuff. That's just what I've called it, is franchise, because it makes sense. That's most. I mean, it's what it is. It's franchise. A lot of movies start off with just books, especially comic books. Judge Dredd, for prime example, is Judge Dredd. On top of all the other examples that there are. So this is stage theater photography. This is the one thing that the Salvation Army had. That Salvation Army is usually, I get like 5 DVDs and 10 CDs each time I go there. That's the only thing they had. And I stayed around that long. What are you doing? Okay. So stage theater. We're just going to go Lowenthal. So the only thing that they had, 4 that have sold, and they're all over $20. 27, 26, 20, right? So that's the only thing they had, and I mean, I just bought envelopes. I just ordered my eBay envelopes before I started this. What did I get? Like the 12? I don't think it was 10. I have it in an email, my eBay. Paid. 9.5 by 13s. Because the other ones I have are like 9 by 12. So sometimes for some books I need ones that are just a little bigger. So I got that. I have plenty of all the other size envelopes. So when I was at Goodwill in Wadsworth, looking at the books, some older lady comes by. That's actually where I got that Frighteners at as well. She told me about this place in Wadsworth that I never been to. It's called the Bookshelf. And it's an old bank. I was like, oh yeah, I'll stop by there. And it was right down the road from the same direction I was going, just another road over. So I stopped in there and looked around, and all their CDs and DVDs inside this bank are all the way in the very, very middle back of that part of the bank, which in most banks, that's going to be a vault. Cell phones don't work well in vaults. So I got my stack and walked down the highway, got reception inside another little retired office that now has like sections of books. And ended up with, like 4 or 5 CDs and this another smaller book. I don't remember now. Maybe this cookbook down here. I don't remember. But this one here, Catholic Family Handbook. And we're talking there's thousands and thousands and thousands of books. So I just went to instructional, reference, and religion. So this is Catholic Family Handbook. So there's going to be a handful that come up. We'll go by Kelly. Five. So there's this one right here, but the one I have is not this. Well, the one I have is a hardcover. That's showing paperback. One in hardcover. That's even the one. Why is this being weird? So paperback. This one right here, $57, 48 plus, so $60, 1959. That's showing X Library. I haven't looked at that other one. This one is actually a review copy from Random House. So this book came from Random House and then went to, I think there was a dress on it. It's addressed. I think there is. But this has a little more prominence on it. But they're like $60, 60, $70. I think one did sell for more than that, more than what those are listed for. Condition with paper or with covers and a lot of those things, obviously with clothes, you can do that as well. Electronics, there's a lot of things that make the difference. But a little bit of like if this was a mint dust jacket, a book that would sell for regularly $60, $70, if this was a mint dust jacket, it could be a $100 book because the dust jacket is mint. And here's one without a dust jacket, 1959 first. So just with that, I'm buying this book because it has a high list value and one has sold. 1959, first printing. So let's go back to these ones and see if any of them have. So not 1965, I don't know about that one. 1959, X Library. So I've already decided to buy it at this point. It's the first printing as well, X Library, $48. And the dust jacket is pretty tattered. $60, $70 for $1. Couple 1984s. Shiokari Pass. So next library. Shiokari. And last name of the author is Miura. 25 those are all tie-ins. So let's go hardcover. Hardcover. $30. 55. One. 34. That's enough for me. I mean, one has sold just like this for $34, and I'm going to pay $1.52 for it. Yeah, that'll fit. It should just fit in one of those eBay envelopes. Gourmet style roadkill cooking. I think it's like $15. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it's enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll get it. Gourmet style roadkill cooking. Shangri-La for Wounded Soldiers. This is one I had to look up in Terapeak, like $25, $30. Interesting topic. The Greenbrier is a World War II Army hospital. On a clear day, you could see General Motors. John DeLorean. DeLorean, like the McLaren. No, DeLorean. DeLorean, like, not like the McLaren, like the DeLorean, the AMC. All right, clear day. Right, or IGHT. 29 listed. You can see paperbacks already in there. Let's go to books. Format, hardcover. I could try not specified. All right, so they're already at $20. It is not a book club, but there is writing up top. Somebody's name. It's first edition, 1979. It's going to be $20, $25 regardless. Well, signed is almost 30. So good enough on that one, I guess. Yay, more books. Yay. More books. See, here's another Keith Waitley that I've had for a little while. I haven't tested it. So I have that other one I just got. I forgot all about this one. Greatest hits in LA to Miami. I'll put that other one in there. So that was yesterday. And today was down to Streetsboro, Solon, 4 stores. How's this stuff? You can get it for $1 and change, and they sell for $15 or more. If they sell for $15, don't spend a lot of time and money on stuff that's going to take a while to sell. It's on you. I'll start off with this interesting book. There's actually, each of these are pretty interesting. Rum Across the Border. No dust jacket on that one. Why would I bother? It's an older color, style, font, design, all that. Rum Across the Border. Guy's name is Everett. You just type that up. They come up as $22 minimum. Brand new. First, hardcover first. I think this is the first. One has sold for $20, so that tells me the title sells. I'll buy it for $1. Even has part of the intro right here, or the forward right here. Second printing, first edition. It's still $25 for $1. That's like a $20 workout VHS. Intimate Marriage. I didn't really want to get this one because it's too low, but I was like, well, let's see if I find more stuff. Yeah, $20, 10, and then 20, and I think a couple have sold for like not even $10. One has sold for $14, brand new. I can still list it for $15, and sometime it'll sell. Little Ghost. Slightest idea. Just another random order DVD. It's like $20. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. $30. Well, this one's probably low 20s. It's used. The other one sell for $20 or $30 new. Where are we at? Still here. Still got a couple people. All right. I'm almost done. Oh, yeah. I can bring these over here. That way we can all share together. An interesting stack of CDs in here as well. A couple of them I got to listen to. But Herman Hesse, whichever. Glass Bead Game. It's a really clean, older copy. This is a first edition. It's a paperback first edition of it. Surprised me. Herman, Glass Bead, just in the books. I was narrowing it down by image last time. So first edition, 1969. 1969. 9 come up. 22, 28, 40, 50. And then to the hardcovers, they go to over $200. Three, 17, and 60, and hardcover. Other than that one was a completely different. So it stands a chance. It is the first edition. It is clean besides that little bit right there. So that's a good display copy for this old book. Put it up for $50. Someone's going to buy it because it's really clean. And it is really, it's a collectible title, I guess. This book is pretty heavy for its size. Sir Vivian Fuchs. Fuchs. Fuch. Iceman. I'm just reading these, and I don't know that it's $50. $35. And this is Anthony Nelson is the one who wrote it. Iceman. Now Nelson. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. What's his name? Anthony. None. So $50. Let's just say $50-$60. This one is a 1982. It doesn't read first or otherwise. BAS printers and printed in England. First published 1982, so it is the first. The mote in God's eye. It's like $20, $25. Tabernacle Syllabus. Don't ask me. By Brad. Unless you've seen my videos before, you've ordered from me, or you've looked at other street, whichever. But call me by my first name. That's fine. That helps narrow down on how you might know my first name. Tabernacle book, $20, $16. Not the same one as this. I believe this one was like a 2008 or something, or 98. 1998. So the book, the title does sell. So if I'm going to put any money in it, I'm not going to buy 50 cents for something that's good, for this to sell for $20. I try not to deal with books like this that sell for $20. Different one. $30, $25, $25, 25. So $25, $30. Michael Henderson. In the Nighttime. How did you spend sources? So yesterday was 6 stores, and the total day was about 10 hours from when I left and then when I walked back in the door. Yeah. So I think it was $80 yesterday and like $40 today. I mean, I went through way earlier in the stream. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stores yesterday, and 4 stores today. I want to say it's 4. I don't think it was 5. Maybe I did go into 5. I just didn't find one in one. Yeah, 4 stores today. It's like $120. So I mean, pretty much the basics are in the title of the stream. Yesterday was 10 hours. Today I was back at 4:30. I left I have to go back at the Google Maps, but it was a little later. Stuff was packaged. Maybe 10. I made a little bit after 10. I was back a little bit after 4, so 6 hours. It's like 9 or 10 yesterday and 6 today. And that's all the driving from leaving and coming back. And I drive a Ford Fiesta, so I'm getting like 35 miles a gallon. And sometimes I'll source 4 or 5 times a week and go hit a bunch of stores. And sometimes I'll only go a couple times a week. And totality of whatever the week, maybe I don't know the exact rhyme or reason. I don't want to go when it's really, really hot. I want to go when it's all snowy or when it's, there's just blood. If I don't have to go, sometimes I just don't go. Absolute hits. I don't know. This is the CD I got for here. So this has Matchbox 20, Sugar Ray, Alea, Jewel, Monica, Lil Kim, Donnie Lewis, Hootie, All for One. This is a little compilation. This is another compilation of these. This is the BMG version, but this specific one does sell. I sold it with the regular barcode version. Thompson Twins, Rick Springfield, Jay Giles, Stray Cats, Dexy's Midnight Riders. Come on, Eileen. Frank Goes to Hollywood, Windward, Animotion, Soft Cell, Tears for Fears, Level 42, Culture Club. This one's just a really, really good one. And it's rocking 70s with Bad Company, Brownsville Station, Guess Who, Leonard Rostand, Argent, Edgar Winter, Pacific Gas, Mott the People, Steppenwolf. This is another really good one. This one I just got for here. CD were that store they were $2 for $4, so 50 cents. This is Throbbing Gristle. Bring you 20 jazz funk greats. Jazz funk. It's like a $20 CD. One across seas, I have my phone locked for domestic only. Let's go default. 2. $22 and $20. So still $20 CD, right? Merle Haggard. A lot of Merle Haggard, no. But this Merle Haggard, yeah. I mean, they're listed up that high, and this is just by scan. There's one that I sold for $20. So I go Haggard. Oh, well, it's going to be live. Billy, Texas. So Haggard, live, Texas. 42 CDs. 10. 7. These are different renditions right here. Then it goes to 30. So there's a couple lower price ones. And as long as the title sells, those lower price ones will flush out. $20. So I can list it for $20 because it goes from those low price ones to the $20 range. Not losing money. So in turn to continue, Brad, I think it was. Brad, eBay is 25 to 30 hours a week average, if that's how I want to average it out. From me going to stores, getting stuff, coming back. Videos and doing this stuff here eats a little. When I used to do more videos, now I just primarily do live because there's no editing. When I'm done, I'm done. But doing stuff like this, I mean, I could just come back and have just already gotten this all sorted and piled up and ready for pictures and not even done any videos or anything. It's no more than 30 hours a week for me to go get stuff and go to different stores, different routes. So there's 3 results that come up on this Michael Henderson for $40, $50, and $85. When you're just going through CDs and like, oh yeah, that definitely looks old. It's older everything on it. Nothing comes up on solds, but why are those listed for that price? That's where I keep going. I'm like, oh, well, they don't sell in 90 days. I'm not going to buy it for $1, $1.20, whatever. I'm curious on why it's priced that high. And there's only a couple of them. And if it's an artist with a barcode, there's nothing. Like, they had enough money to make it and make a barcode and distribute it. Got to be up to something. Night. There's 10. That's vinyl. CDs. It's 10. $40. So, I mean, it's more than the 3 that was showing. And there's one result for 14. So that could have been one that was just priced low enough, and the person who wanted it then and there was going to get that one for real cheap. But what have they sold for? Up to $480. I don't see that happening. But let's find out. I mean, unless it was signed or something. Go to category, CD, $93. 56, 60, 53, 44, 35, 24, and then some low ones. A lot of low ones. But it's still, you list it up kind of high. The right person's going to want it because yours is priced right there. $40, $45. Yep. Pay $1. That's why I like physical media. Somebody will like my feedback. Somebody will like, something about my store different than somebody else's who's is $5 less. I used to say shit about that all the time. I used to be like, why mine and years, decades ago. Like, why would people spend $15 more for that one, for that person's, when mine's $15 less and I'm doing free shipping? I don't get it. But the tables have turned. Sesame Street PC stuff. Always give it a look. Kids PC stuff, like earlier PC stuff. Okay. So this is Sesame. Get, set, learn. Get, learn. Computer software. Not the same one. Oh, it is. This one's just super faded. $15 is the minimum. I'm paying $1.20 for this stuff. 9 listed. 4 have sold for $12. 15, 20, 29. I pay $1.20 for it. This is Seventh Day Slumber, limited edition, unseen. Another one you have to go into Terapeak for. Seventh Day Slumber.
Yeah, I was just hearing a weird sound coming from right there.
Are you going through?
No, I was just.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it too.
I didn't know if it was you going back and forth. Actually, I will take this out, put it in the kitchen, just so I can set it down.
So this Seventh Day Slumber, Lion and Lamb Limited. I might have to just type in limited. Still nothing. Type in unseen. Still nothing. Seventh Day Slumber. Been around for a while. I know they have. Why is anything coming up on that? Unseen. They only come up in Terapeak. $46, $30, 45, then 17. I'd have the only one listed. $30. She, CHE. About 15 bucks. Karate. Unsolved. It's another one of those examples. Another one of those examples on why is it listed so high. 25 bucks to me would be kind of high for something like this. There's nothing comes up unsold, so I hand type it, and sure enough, they sell for that. Not often, but they do. Skrillex, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites or Spirits. Spirites. About 18, 20 bucks. Well, these are things I'm going to pay for under $2, $1.50, $1.20, $1.50, whichever.
Appearance, I guess.
Yeah. Living books. I have a set of like 3 or 4 of these listed, but this one's a Dr. Seuss, and it does sell for like 15 bucks. So if I need to, I'll take down the other ones and just add this with that. Went through the books, and then last is this Bleem. So I scan so far away, like a flock of seagulls. So come up on scan just for me. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I don't know what it was when I was looking at it. 20 bucks, roughly for open. This is sealed, and they sell for 20 bucks open. When I scroll down a little bit, I see pre-owned is 140, and another one for 200, but that's a floppy disk. Okay. You got me, you know, now that I know it's, well, I mean, I know it's sealed, but now that I know it's that price, let's see how I can kind of maximize looking this up. Bleem. I'm just going to type in 95 because that's for 95.98. So go as high as 200 bucks. Highest price. Probably won't let me do a condition because I'd have to be in the category for it. But 150 bucks, 140, and then 50, and then 50 and stuff. You could probably list it for, I mean, $143 was May, was a month ago. And then another one November, this past November, and May 4th this year for the floppy one. And it's sealed. Yeah. So whoever was keeping track of all those tentative values, I applaud your perseverance. And whatever total you came up with, put it in the comments when this is done and published, or in the chat. I think just by me knowing that there's a handful, there's plenty of $50+ items in there. And if there was 70 items, actually, it's gonna be like 66 or 67 listings because I got a couple to add to things, right? I think it's 66 listings. But even if it's 65 and at $30 average, which is still pretty up there, anything over 20 is great because that's just a lot of bread and butter and some zingers in there. But there's quite a few between yesterday and today. So 10, we'll just say 15 hours. I'm driving and sourcing. And then I think that's CDs. So this should be like a 40-minute video then. Then an hour 10. I'm wrong. And then these will just get put on a put in another box, kind of like the one I had just here, but a skinnier one like this. Not quite like this one, but a skinny box like this, but a brown box like the one I had. Or I didn't even have a brown box. I used a black one. But anyway, they'll get put in a box. And then by the time it gets to this, I know there's like 40 in there. And that's when I'm going to really go through them. And I'll separate as like these are the multi-discs, or this can be separate. This is sealed. And then I will start just popping them open like this and looking at them because I know some. That one's listable. It just has a couple of real light scuffs right there. But I know there's going to be a few that will need to be put on the resurface stack. Like that one right there will need to be put on the resurface stack. And then I'll have those in a box, and then when I will go through that box, I'll be like, all right. So this needs to be rearranged because this booklet and all this is, it may need it. It may be intentionally that way, but I think this belongs on the back, which is then weird because that goes on the front. So, but if this is how it's opened up, that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be. It's just backwards in the case. Yeah, that's listable. I mean, that's just real fine right there. Like there was a piece of dust inside of this, and the disc spun around and got scuffed. So that one has light scuffs on it, but I would have the only one listed. I can wipe it down. But I mean, if I were to resurface that, I could make it better, and it can. No, I could just wipe it down. And so this is what I would do. Well, if I'm surprised that there's 2 in here, then that means that I didn't even open this. So kind of glad that there is 2 in here. Throbbing Gristle. And that's clean enough right there. Now, I don't know what that is because the print is so fine. 2000 something. Whatever that is, Google Lens will help. Then I'll go through that with all the other ones. And I'll figure out what needs resurfaced and what have you, and then that'll be that time. But it was a little over $100, like $120 for 70 things. Yeah, that turned out pretty good for that. All right, so I'm gonna finish that one up. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Then cool. Keep coming back. I talk about physical media a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.